Look, this look is so good. I might need to chair dance at the beginning of the video. Hey, chair dance. Hey, 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 chair dance. Let me stop. Hey guys, this is Ashley. Welcome on back to my channel. So if you cannot tell, I am so excited about this particular look that I created using the Natasha Denona retro palette. Here she is. It is a beautiful palette where it's more of her smaller format that I tend to enjoy also because it is at the lower price point of $65, although $65 for eyeshadow palette is very expensive. So I do have three looks for you using this palette, but first of all, let me go ahead and let me introduce myself before I get carried away, okay? If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're oldie but goodie, welcome on back. My name is Ashley. I have a doctorate in pharmacy and I love makeup, yes. So that's how you get Dr. Ash and her makeup and eyeshadow. It's my jam, but please just call me Ash or Ashley. Now, like I just mentioned, I have the new Natasha Denona retro palette. This palette at the moment, it is not currently in stores yet. It will be in Sephora stores on September 9th. I actually got this off of the Sephora app. It was an exclusive, and I think I decided to do expedited shipping. I never do that, but because of my work schedule coming up, I knew that I would have some free time to do this palette if I got it the next day. So on September 2nd, it actually went live on the Sephora app. It is still on the Sephora app where you can purchase and get it within the next couple of days. It actually also released on Natasha Denona's website on August 31st, I want to say, and it shipped out around the 1st or the 2nd. So people are probably getting their palettes already. So this is a beautiful color story, and it's actually a take on the mini retro palette. I do not have the mini retro palette. The mini retro palette did not move me in any type of manner, but this moved me as soon as I saw it. Now I feel like depending on the lighting and depending on who had the palette, there were like a couple versions going around where it's like this side looked a whole lot lighter than some of the other pictures that I saw, but I'm happy that this side is pretty deep, is grungy, and I am enjoying it. I feel like this color story is very, very beautiful. Once again, this is her smaller format, so this palette does retail for $65. You have this beautiful unicarton right here, simple, plain. I like it how it is, and then it also has on the back the finishes of the shadows. So once you open the palette, it is good for 24 months. You can enjoy a wide variety of Natasha Denona's formulas in this palette. We have metallics, we have the creamy mattes, we have the cream to powder. We also have some topper shades, and which are the chroma crystals, and then we also have her standard metallic formula, okay? So I was trying to see where this palette is made, but the writing is so small. I'm sorry. I don't know where the palette is made. I don't see it right off. If I figure that information out, I'll put it across the screen here. But the palette is preservative free, it's alcohol free, mineral oil free, and paraben free. It's also not tested on animals, so that is a good thing. And there also is a small warning to keep out of reach of children. I don't see any warnings about any of the shadows right now as far as its staining, so that looks like a good sign if you're worried about that. So as I just mentioned, we do have three looks today, so I'm very excited to present them to you. So let's go ahead and get started with the three looks, and of course we will wrap up with some final thoughts at the end of the video. My eyebrows are filled in using my Goof Proof pencil in the shade 3.75. This is by Benefit Cosmetics. And then I have my eyes severely kind of over primed. I just went ham with it. And this is the Juvia's Glace Eye Prep Eye Prime in the shade number 2. are the first two looks, and my gosh, I am just really loving them. Everything performs so well. My face details will be down below, but I decided to break out my Natasha Denona Bloom palette. So I was like, oh, this red shade in here would be a perfect blush. And I haven't used it in so long. And my lip color is this Bite Beauty lipstick in Glace, and I paired it along with, oh, here it is, my Juvia's Place lip liner in the shade Scorpio. Love this lip liner, you guys know. Now, this is beautiful. Like, everything in here has performed so well so far. Everything, all the mattes are like either the cream to powder or the creamy matte formulation. So it has just been like a dream to blend out. And Amara, when I first put that on, I was like, wait, she gave, wait, she's giving me all the pigment. I'm so ecstatic. So everything has been great. So I would say that Glace, of course, is more of that topper shade for sure. You did see me go in with a little bit of the intensifies pen. Here it is right here. And I've been having so much fun using this with all of my palettes in general, just to lay down a little base, because I wanted to add a little extra dimension to the shade Hilo. My favorite shade thus far, oh my gosh, Jude. Jude is amazing. Jude is just, It's working for me. It really is. It really is. So far so good. So let's go ahead and get into another. All right, let's go ahead and get started. This time I'm going to use this picture right here as somewhat my inspiration. And this is actually a photo that was on the Sephora website for the promo of this palette. But I'm going to use a little bit of a different color scheme, but we're going to see how it works. All right, so I'm a total genius, meaning that after I did my little intro part, I forgot I wasn't recording, or I stopped recording. So I sat here and did all this lovely hard blending work, but I'm going to tell you what I did real quick, because it wasn't bad, but I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so first I went in with the shade Vivine, and I went ahead and I just put that in the crease. And then I went in with Go Go and this beautiful shade right here, and I put that in the crease. And then I took Groove and I blended it back and forth, and I just kind of winged out the area. And then I took a little bit of Rebellion and blended that also. So now I'm getting ready to cut the crease. And I looked and I was just like, I'm not recording. Wonderful. It happens to the best of us. I'm back, and this is the third and final look, and I absolutely love how it came out. Oh my gosh, you see the sparkle? So I honestly think that these lashes I put on might be a little too much. Okay, I'm gonna need you to stay put real quick. Come on now, get with the program. There we go. So I think the lashes I put on might overpower my liner situation because I didn't want to do it too much because I don't have a whole lot of lid space here. But I'm sorry that I wasn't recording for part of the time. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry. So it was just kind of like I had did too much work to turn back, so I couldn't wipe it off. But like I said, I showed you it's literally blending. You saw the most important part, which was the cut crease thing. And oh my gosh, yes, I haven't done a cut crease in so long. And just having a little extra tackier base with the Fenty concealer just gave a great base for this particular shadow, Psychedelic. And oh, that is so pretty. So I know, like, for starters, like, my favorite shades in this palette so far are going to be Jude right here, and then Psychedelic, also Rebellion down here at the bottom, also Amara. That was the first shade I put in my transition because it did not come to play. Opart, yes, because it's super grungy. And it's just a really good palette. And I really like it. Even though we have seen color stories like this, I definitely probably have color stories of this, but the performance is like, ooh, so good. So I really enjoy it. Everything just blended so well. The only shade that I did not try and was actually the shade Mod, because it's actually really light. But I think it would be bomb with this, maybe this on the lid, and or even this as a base, and then putting Psychedelic on as well. But everything, I mean, the cream to powder, they blended so well. The shimmers that were meant to be shimmers came on great. Of course, Natasha does do those topper shades. I can take those or leave that. But everything was really good. This was a nice, pleasant surprise. It was a nice, I was worried because, let me tell you, I was just not here for the Zendo palette, but I am here for this. It is a gorgeous everyday / amped up, get ready to go out on the night on the town, fall appropriate. I think this is anytime appropriate. This is actually my type of neutrals. I love it. I just think it is so pretty, and I've had a lot of fun creating these looks for you. So as far as some of the palettes that it looks like, I mean, obviously there are some palettes that come to mind, and the number one palette that comes to mind, of course, is the Huda Beauty Naughty Nudes palette. And I love this palette, do not get me wrong. But this one, you know, it does have some very much resemblance on it. But I mean, honestly, I like the Huda Beauty formula when it's in the large palette formation better. But some of the mattes can be a little hit or miss. This one, actually, the Naughty Nudes, the mattes are not hit or miss at all. And some of the shimmers are just a little bit harder to work with. So overall, I feel like the formula is a lot better with the Natasha Denona Zendo palette. So that is that one. And let's see, y'all know my hands are small. Let's see if we can do this. So boom. And you see all my business. So Naughty Nudes versus Zendo. So definitely a lot of comparisons, but I definitely feel like it's a lot of room in my collection for this. It's a lot of room for everything that I think is beautiful in my collection, quite honestly. But the mattes perform so much better in this one, and you're going to get a smoother eyeshadow experience really with that Zendo palette. So another one that I think that also comes in question is the She's in Parties, because this one is super mauve and everything, and I think this one has a lot of good colors that are kind of similar to the Zendo palette. So right here. So this one definitely goes a little bit deeper, a little bit vampier at the end, but I feel like there's some good comparisons. So I like both. Once again, of course, the mattes and the Zendo I think will win, but this palette is actually really great. So I can't even lie. I really like this palette. Then I also pulled out the Natasha Denona Lila palette. Now, I'm like, we might have to do a little mashup situation like how I did Trio Chrome and Soco Loco, because these two together, I feel like are going to be a super vibe, you know? So really cute. Of course, Lila is definitely a lot warmer. Lila just really has some more pops of purple and fuchsia. It can be really neutral, you know, where this one is just leaning, it's neutral, but leaning very much mauve and burgundy. Then, of course, I pulled out some Mama Pat palettes. So we have Divine Rose 1 right here. And this one is a lot more cool tone. Look, it's very mauve, but more subdued for sure than I feel like the Zendo is. Two together. And of course, I pulled out the new one, which is Utopian Dream. So Utopian Dream is definitely a lot warmer. Definitely. It has a couple of shades that can be kind of a little cool tone. The lighting is kind of throwing Utopian Dream off there. You can see it better, but those are those two together. So definitely not a dupe. And then, of course, we had to bring out Divine Rose 2, which is, you know, Divine Rose 2 is my baby. Love her for sure. So definitely some similar shades with the mattes, but this one is, like I said, it's overall mauvey, a little grungy, where Divine Rose 2 is mauvey, but you got those bright pops of pinks and some warm tones. So let me know down below what was your favorite look. My favorite look, of course, is got to be this one. I love the cut crease situation. I'm so happy for the inspiration that was given on that Sephora website with the promo ad. I love it. And then, of course, my second favorite would definitely be the shade Jude, the first look I did, because it's shade Jude. I think that is really beautiful as well. So just let me know down below which look you enjoyed the most. Let me know if you're picking up this palette. Is it on your radar? Let me know. I think it's so perfect for fall. I just think a lot of people are going to really enjoy this one. This is going to speak to a lot of folks. So let me know down below in the comments. Give this video a big thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you know when I come out with another video, which will be very soon. Also, subscribe to my channel because you know I would love to have you here in my little makeup family. And with all of that being said, you already know how we end the videos around here. We hit it with the chair dance. Chair dance. Hey, 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 chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. All right, y'all. Bye.